What would you do if you had the home run ball?
Depends on the trade. So if I engaged in a trade, because after the greatest game in baseball, regular season baseball history,
Mhm.
I would love to have a picture with Shohei. I might trade the ball if he were willing to give me something else on his body. So I might get a picture. I might take the jersey, but usually they don't do that. Usually they just give you a random
Hmm.
bat or something else. Like I would need his exact cleats. So it would have to be some trade and a picture because pictures are just going to become more and more valuable. Um, Now, let me just tell you this, Dan. So, because people have asked me this nonstop. Um, what does Shohei own? So he owns his cleats, his bat, and his batting gloves. The team, at least per the collective bargaining agreement, owns the hat, the batting helmet, the jersey, the pants, and the socks. Now they could give it to him, but those are just rules. And the fan, of course, owns the ball once it goes, and so that's kind of how it works. But I'm thinking originally I thought this ball was around a $500,000, but now I think because it being associated with, and I checked with my guy Dave Schoenfield at ESPN, who is my historian. He says it's the greatest single game performance ever, taking outside all the other factors, whether it's a World Series or not. Given that, I think this is at least $1 million ball.
Would you hold on to it for a decade, as Paulie was suggesting?
I agree with Paul that it's not going to happen again, although I would fear that Ohtani would do it again. So no one
I don't
else is
think he's
going.
going to get this chance again.
Okay,
If he goes back to pitching, he's a DH. He's not going to
yeah.
be running as much. He's only missed 3 games this year, so
Yeah,
I don't see him running.
like anything, it depends on how much money means to you in the moment, you know. But most of these things, the milestones, as they happen, if you look at history, the Mark McGwire ball, the Sammy Sosa ball, that Mark McGwire ball in the moment, or at least when it traded, was worth $3 million. That ball, you never know what happens over time. That ball today is probably worth around 120,000.
Yeah, that's another thing. But you did have controversy attached to that.
True.
Let's assume that Shohei Ohtani, there is no controversy, no asterisk, none of that. It's like Michael Jordan.
Why would you assume that, Dan?
It's like Michael Jordan's shoes. If you sold them 10 years ago and you got whatever,
Right.
$120,000, now,
Now they're millions. Yeah.
yes, yes. I wonder if holding on to a baseball, and plus you got a worldwide market there too for Shohei Ohtani. That,
Yeah, I mean, the Asian market is rabid. You could even see that with his cards. Spoke to a memorabilia dealer in Los Angeles, and he said, "Don't, yes, it is a worldwide market." And I think the statistic is 80% of Japanese this year who traveled from Japan to Los Angeles showed up at Dodger Stadium.
wow,
Wild.
that is a big market.